Wire, if it was laying in your yard, you probably wouldn't mind touching it. You pick it up, throw in the trash can. But what we don't want you to do is, if it is down in your yard, we don't want you to touch it. We want you to leave it there, give us a call, and let these guys come out and handle it, because as you'll see here pretty quick, as harmless as it seems, there are about 8,000 volts on that top wire. Okay, 9,000 volts.
And then there's a
So what this has done, what we've done is we've wired a generator backwards to show you the hazards of not hooking up a generator correctly. Okay, and the hazards it poses to our guys, you guys standing behind me. Okay, what we've done is we've taken 240 volts and put it on the wrong side of this transformer, the green box in the middle of the trailer, and fed it backwards, which is exactly what happens in your house if you hook up your generator and just plug it into an outlet or wire it up on a plug right inside your garage and plug it in. The power will work backwards as well. Okay, so what we've done is we've done just that. We've put 9,000 volts on that top wire, and Rick is going to demonstrate to you how strong that arc is and what it can do to the human body. Okay, that's exactly, it's not to scare you, it's not to make you believe that things could be worse. That is really what happened. We've done just that. We've taken the voltage, put it on the bottom side of the trailer, and it back feeds onto our lines and heats them up while our guys are trying to work to reestablish power in your house. Okay. Now, something I didn't tell the first group that I ought to tell people, because I see a lot of young kids sitting here. Anytime that you come out upon a wreck, anytime you may see a wire down in your yard, don't get close to it. The electricity passes in the ground in circles. And if you get between two different circles, it's called two different potentials, it can potentially shock you as well. So if you're in a car, power line down on your car, stay in it until it becomes a hazard, or until the fire takes, it's the fire starts. And one thing that we will ask you to do is, once you do that, is you jump out of the car and land both feet together. You shuffle, very small shuffles, to get out away from it, okay? Same thing, we had an incident not too long ago in Missouri before I came to work here. I was down on a bus, and a 3rd or 4th grade student had been to one of our safety demonstrations and told the bus driver that he wasn't to leave the bus. Well, he was getting ready to jump, and he didn't, thankfully. The bus was energized, the lineman did come and turned it off, and everybody was safe. But if he was to have stepped out, he would have been between two potentials that could have possibly killed him. That's something for kids to remember as well. Now, the next thing we're going to do is what we do a lot for the firemen, but it's a good thing for everybody to know here too, is everybody has this, the thought process that if you pull your meter, the power goes out to your house. And that's not necessarily true. There's a lot of instances where we use different kind of meter bases to where the power would stay on. If a fireman was to put water on your panel or water on this meter pole, it could shock him as well. So I'm going to step on the pedal here, and Tyler's going to pull that meter, beat me to it. We have wired the security light. Okay, we've wired the security light to simulate your house. Okay, when Tyler pulls that meter, okay, now you can. The security light stays on. Okay. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. If the firemen were to come, if there's any firemen in this crowd, please call us first before you put any water on the house. Okay, we want to make sure that the electricity shut off and that it's completely disconnected before you put any water on it. Now, the next demonstration we're going to do is, everybody has heard on TV, you call 811 first. Call before you dig. And Tyler is going to have a shovel in his hands, which doesn't happen very often, and he's going to simulate that he's digging in his yard, and you're going to get to hear another loud explosion. Now, there's two things about this explosion. We hear this in a lot of times during the day. Guys, our members call in and say, we heard a loud explosion in our backyard, don't know what it was. Well, that was a poor squirrel that committed suicide. And that is that fuse blowing. This is going to be the same thing. If you were to get into our power lines, digging a new tree in your yard, putting in new bushes, then this could potentially happen to you. Okay, that's the attention getter again. So, any questions? Anything anybody is dying to know? Oh wait, yeah. Yes, sir. Yep, we're going to stop doing it for just a little bit. You know, the first crowd had a question about the generators, how to properly install them so they don't cause any backfeed on their line. With the portable generator that you go down to Home Depot or Lowe's and get, we have a device that we sell or rent, or just sell. Sell, okay? It's called a GeneraLink. You plug it into your generator, it goes behind our meter. Once it's plugged in and it sees power,